Hey y'all, I'm Kirsten. Welcome back to the KGC Pilates 10-day Me, Myself, and I challenge for people who do the absolute most. And you are here because you have a lot on your plate, but you made room for yourself, so shout out to you. And our 7-minute class for today, we're focused on our booty. That is the B and the ABC method of our arms, booty and core. We did core yesterday. Today we're doing booty. Tomorrow we'll do our arms. For today's class, all you need is your mat. And if you purchase that digital guide, you can open up to day 2 to answer your reflection for that journal prompt. So without further ado, lying all the way down on your mat, we're going to get started with our breath work. Take both of your hands, wrap them around your rib cage, 4 fingers to the front and your thumb to the back. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Take a nice big deep breath in. Lungs expand from east to west, and then let all that air out. One more time. Inhale, nice and big, filling up those lungs, and then exhale that air out. When you're ready, you can bend both of your knees so that your feet are flat on the mat. Fingertips are long by your side. Walk your heels back so that your heels are just brushing the backs of your fingertips. When you're ready, you're going to exhale to curl your pelvis under. Roll one bone at a time onto the tips of your shoulder blades and then melt the spine all the way back down. Nice job. Same thing. Exhale, curl the tailbone under, lift the hips, and then melt all the way back down. Next, as you are curling the tailbone under, you can and lift the hips. You can lift the arms as well. You can have your arms mirror your hips as you lift and lower for option for an advancement. Second option for your advancement here, you can keep your hands straight to the ceiling the entire time as you curl your tailbone under and then melt the hips all the way back down. A few notes here just on your form. 1, make sure that you're pressing through your heels as you lift and lower and not your toes. I want you to really think that you're stomping something out with your heels. Maybe it's a hater, maybe it's somebody that ain't text you back. Whoever it is, you're stomping or whatever it is, you're pressing through your heels to lift and lower. And your pelvis, you're curling your pelvis under as you lift your hips up. So I want you to imagine you have my favorite drink, a spicy margarita with a tahini rim in your pelvis. If I were to have that drink on my pelvis and curl it under, the drink spills all over my face and I'm mad at you because it costs $20 in New York and that is just unacceptable. As you're curling the tailbone under to lift the hips and then melt back down, one bone at a time. We're going to hold at the top in 4, get ready, and final 3, you're almost there. And last 2, hold the hips all the way up. Can you pulse it up an inch and down an inch for 8, 7, last 6, you got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold here. Now, can you lower the left hip and then pick it back up? Lower the right hip and pick it back up. Just little tiny movements, still keeping that core engaged. Don't forget to breathe. Exhale as you lower that hip. Inhale when you bring everything up to the top, still pressing through that heel. You're almost there. Last 3, you got it. Final 2. And last 1, and relax everything all the way back down. You can bring your knees to your chest for a quick little release of that low back. When you're ready, roll up to a seated position. You're going to lie on your side for this next side lying series. So your shoulders to your hips are lined up with the back of the mat. You're either resting on your forearm or lying all the way down. You can also have your head in your hand. Your legs are at that 45-degree angle in front of you. We're going to start with this side lying series. So that other hand can go flat on the mat. Pick that heel up as you flex your heel and then point the toe to lower. So flex to lift, nice, and point to lower. So as you're flexing to lift and point to lower, a couple notes here. 1, try not to sink down into your shoulder. Keep that shoulder propped up, especially if you're in the same position as me. 2, that hip needs to stay stable. So I want you to think about, again, you have my favorite drink, that spicy margarita, resting on your hip. I don't want it to spill out because then I'm going to be mad at you and ask you to Venmo me $28 for that drink. Instead, again, keeping that heel flex as you lift and then point to lower. Nice. You're almost there. Last 4. You got it. Final 3, you can also lift that top arm up if that feels good to you. Last 2, and final 1, and point that toe, make little circles in one direction for 8, 7, last 6, final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse for 8, 7, last 6, you got it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and tap out that glute. But as I like to say, clap it out for showing up for you. So finding that same position on the opposite side of your mat, shoulders to your hips line up with the back of the mat, and those toes are pointed at a 45-degree angle in front of you. Same thing, flex to lift and point to lower. Nice. So flexing to lift and point to lower. That looks perfect. As you lift and lower, a couple notes here for your core. Still have that belly button pulled into your spine to engage that core as you're flexing to lift and pointing to lower that top leg. Same thing, you can advance that move by sending that top arm straight to the ceiling as you move through this. You're almost there. Don't sink down into that shoulder. Still keep that core engaged as you lift and lower. Last 4, you're almost there. Final 3, you got it. Last 2, and final 1, and point that toe, little circles in one direction for 8, 7, last 6, 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse for 8. You're almost there. 6, 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. You can tap out that glute. Finding a standing position on your mat, and your feet are about a hip width distance apart. Toes are pointed out, heels are pointed in. When you're ready, you're going to exhale to lower down into your squat and then come all the way back up. Nice. Exhale to lower. You can lift the arms too if that feels good to you. And then arms can come long by your side. If you want to add a little arm choreography, some little jazz hands, as I like to say, as you move through this. Can you squat even lower than the last time? Think about really poking that booty out like you at the club. Okay, don't act shy now. Or maybe you're just like me and be twerking alone in your house as you exhale to lower and then inhale to lift at the top. Now, in just a few moments, we're going to hold at the bottom. So hold this squat here. Now, can you lift your right heel and then the left? Nice. Lifting right and left. For last 3, you got it. Final 2, almost there. And last 1, and relax everything down. Give yourself a round of applause for showing up for yourself for day 2 of the KGC Pilates Me, Myself, and I 10-day challenge. And come back tomorrow to work on our arms, and see you then. Great work today.